Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Nerdgasm Podcast, the podcast where we talk about things that are nerdy and things that are naughty. I am the microphone, known as Merlin Sensei. Of course, with me is the headset, known as the 12-sided guy. We, of course, have our peripherals, the keyboard and mouse, known as Switch Rigs. But unfortunately, what may be considered the heart of Nerdgasm, the CPU, as it were, the Mupacabra, is not here this week. But that still makes us a wonderful broadcast team known as Nerdgasm Inc.
Mm,
I
for sure.
for some reason every time you say that, just in my head, I hear like the Simpsons voice. Just nerdgasm. I can't do it, but
Nerdgasm. Ba, ba,
yeah.
ba, 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 ba. That is still definitely one of the one-up arcade machines that I want to get one day, is the Simpsons one. But anyway, let's go ahead and roll right into things, shall we? Merlin, myself, I'm in rage mode. I am in rage mode because I care very much about my potential, my potential and hopeful career on Twitch.tv. And anybody's career on Twitch.tv, Switch, 12, some of the fantastic creators that I watch and stuff like that. But unfortunately, Twitch has been making a couple of less than ideal choices lately. And I'm going to go ahead and address a few of them. The first that came out recently is the banning of slot streaming and gambling streaming that's based on very specific sites. There were 4 sites that were specifically cited as examples, with the addition of them saying, with more to come as they, come to light or whatever and stuff like that. Now, I forget what this potential fallacy is called, but the fact that they specifically mentioned these 4 sites brings them to the forefront and is basically free publicity. Now, in the past, they've gone ahead and said, hey, no affiliate links to certain websites. I can respect that. In fact, this choice in and of itself, like I said, it does not impact me. I was not planning on doing slot streaming. The most this impacts me is Merlin Mama cannot watch her favorite streamer stream slots anymore because he streamed on one of the mentioned sites. The reason why I have issue with this is because there are so many other issues that come to mind that should be equally banned effectively. Uh, for instance, and I know I'm probably in the minority that thinks about this, but it's like, look, if you're saying, slot streaming is bad because gambling and, it brings it to the forefront and people see it and then they want to go out and gamble. It's like, possibly. Possibly it has the opposite effect. Possibly it has no effect because a person can be like, oh, this person is streaming slots. I know that I am a gambling addict. I will choose not to watch it. But again, in a perfect world. Um, my main concern is when it comes to the so-called gotcha games, such as Genshin Impact, Apex Legends, Valorant and stuff like that has the loot box system, which, for all intents and purposes, at least in some countries, is seen as a form of gambling. So that's kind of my concern. Now, a lot of people have cited that it is because these specific gambling sites are technically not legal in the United States. And Twitch, being a United States company, is why they're making the stand there. So I guess I get that. Another thing, people were comparing theoretically apples to potatoes, you know. is some people were calling out hot tub streams. It's like, well, we understand that you're trying to cut down on gambling and gambling addiction and trying to prevent that, but what about sexual addiction? What about this kind of stuff? And hot tubs and whatever and stuff like that have always been kind of one of those buzz topics and stuff like that. And again, it doesn't affect me because I don't plan on doing a hot tub stream. I don't think anyone would watch me in a hot tub stream, but that doesn't matter because that's not the type of community I want to build necessarily. But like I said, it's comparing apples to potatoes because are they both types of produce? Technically, yes, but one is a fruit, one is a starch. You know what I mean? So, eh. So there's been a lot of that talk lately, and it's going to be whatever it's going to be, and we'll just go ahead and see where things go with that. Um, the other day, the 21st of September, uh, the president of Twitch, Dan Clancy, made a blog post about a lot of other things. Specifically, he discussed the payment formats. And I don't believe a lot of what he said was worded in a way he thought it was. He might have thought he was being, very genuine and saying, "Hey, you guys are doing great" and stuff like that. But basically, this entire letter, I'll go ahead and send you a copy, Switch, if you want to go ahead and bring up a hyperlink or something like that, or we can link it in the description for anybody that wants to go ahead and read it yourself, because I'm going to paraphrase a lot. Basically, he says, "Hey, we make billions of dollars here at Amazon and at Twitch off of the ads you run. Here's a pizza party." Um, Basically what it is, for those of you that may or may not know, um, you get paid a percentage when you are able to get paid on Twitch. If you become affiliated and start earning money, if you become a partner and start earning money, and the ad revenue and certain bounties, I believe you could claim. I don't know if that's still a thing or not. But if you did well and were a popular streamer effectively, you could get a better share, up to and including 70% you would get, 30% Twitch would get. They're Since last year they've done away with that program and have not offered it to anyone since then, and will not be offering that to anyone anymore. From now on, anybody that did not have that 70/30, and I'm not sure if any other lower percentages are included or not. It doesn't say specifically, but now the baseline is 50/50. Which it hurts. Honestly, I don't make money off of Twitch. But that that just seems ridiculous to me because they go and again they say, "Hey, communities on Twitch are what make us great. The work that you put into it makes us great. You putting yourself out there makes us great. We're taking 50%." It's the classic, "You made this, I made this." It doesn't make sense. Now they try and justify themselves by saying, where is it? Sorry, again, I'm kind of going through. Um, so at the time of this posting, more than 22,000 of you have weighed in on user voice asking us to move all streamers to 70/30 and to pay streamers faster. Let's chat about that, blah, blah, blah. Now, one good thing that they're doing is they're lowering the payment threshold. Now, if you make $50, you can go ahead and take it out. When before it was $100. If you were making less than $100, you couldn't touch it until you hit that $100 mark. So one good thing is the lower threshold. It throws a lot of percentages and numbers out and all that baloney. But basically they say, Delivering high definition, which is a lie, by the way. We're capped at 1080p, whereas if you were to stream on YouTube, you could go all the way up to 4K. Low latency. Really, Twitch? You're gonna say low latency? Always available live video to nearly every corner of the world is expensive. Using the published rates, blah, 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 blah. Live video costs for a 100 CCU streamer. CCU, I am not familiar with for some concurrent users. Like if you have 100 viewers or something like that, I'm assuming.
Concurrent users.
Yeah, concurrent users. Streamer who streams 200 hours a month. It costs more than $1,000 per month to host them. So let me break it down for you because I did a little bit of math. If I were to stream 8 hours a day, 7 days a week for an entire month, that's 240 hours. So 8 hours a day, 6 days a week, approximately, is the 200-hour threshold. I don't think anyone that I watch does anything like that. Some of them do a 5-day workday, most of them a 4-day work week. You know what I mean? Just because, guess what? We have lives to live. And for a lot of people, Twitch cannot support us, especially not if we get knocked down to 50-50 instead of 70-30, etc., etc. So a lot of people were upset about that. Oh yeah, when someone asks me why Twitch is the best place to make money as a streamer, my answer starts first and foremost with community. Community on Twitch is real and tangible, from chat memes to subscriber emotes to TwitchCon meetups, and yes, to how streamers earn money. It's like, yeah, you're saying that we do the work, we make the community. You made
On
this?
other
I
platforms,
made
though,
this.
you make your community on other platforms because there is no place like Twitter or Facebook
Well, that's the thing.
or
Basically,
YouTube.
this kind of breaks down to when Twitch first started long ago under Justin TV, which was what it was called before.
It's actually also called
Um,
Mogulus too. I can
and
even
it
learn
was
that.
Mogulus for a while. I do remember Mogulus. I wanted to get in on Mogulus when it was first starting out, but I did not. And I kicked myself. They built this up without any plans for infrastructure or for making money or anything like that, because it was just, hey, show what you're doing. And then it became, hey, donations. And then, Daddy Bezos stepped in and it's like, ooh, we can make money off of this, give. And they bought it. And they want their money back. But they didn't work on the infrastructure whatsoever. They basically let things continue on, and they paid millions of dollars to the big name streamers, and then those big name streamers went to other platforms to make millions of dollars because the pay was better. Those platforms ended up dying, and then they came back and were paid millions more to go ahead and be on Twitch. And now Twitch is just like, well, we need to make our money. Run more ads, run more ads. They recently had an ad incentive that people could opt into. And based on the CCU, concurrent users, thank you for that switch. Um, you could make X amount in bonus revenue. For some streamers, you could go ahead and make, 3 figures, maybe 4 figures and stuff like that. I was watching one particular streamer named Pumpkin Potion. Fantastic streamer. She's got the 1930s rubber hose. Not Betty Boop. Do not call her Betty Boop. She gets upset. But that kind of look and feel to her, she's fantastic. She was going over this. She's like, it would have been 200 hours of ads run a month. 200 hours a month for her to earn $50.
I know. I feel like we should just move it on at this point.
That's what some people are doing. YouTube's starting package is 70-30. There are other sites that I think offer even better. But the thing is, Twitch is a cornerstone, in a matter of speaking, of the streaming genre, for lack of a better term. Like, when you think live streaming, whether it's games, podcasts, tabletop, whatever, 90% of the time somebody will go, "Oh, Twitch." You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
At this current moment, unless they
At this current moment.
they don't clean up their act a little bit.
That's the thing. I'm so worried that Twitch is just shooting themselves in the foot with every single choice they make. And it doesn't stop there. Recently there was an investigation into the predatory nature of some users that were effectively baiting out children on Twitch. Now, is that Twitch's fault? Not really, but kind of, because you have to be X age old in order to sign up. I want to say it's 13 or 15 to even get, a Twitch
13.
account, supposedly, but there's no age verification software or anything set in place for that. It's just, are you 15? Click yes or no. Yes. I think it also, to an extent, falls on the parents and guardians who have not taught the children about stranger danger online issues. Because I remember going through that whole thing, you know what I mean, when the internet started to first get off. It's like, never share your real name, never share your age, your location, or any specifics or anything like that. That's
Still
why we all
happens.
live in Alaska.
It still happens even if you tell the kids. I've had a couple friends that have kids, and they still were like, "Oh yeah, I live in this address and this location." It's like, I told you specifically not to put that
Right,
information out. This is why the
right.
kids here do not
But
get multiplayer games unless we're there with them.
yeah. And yes, that is another serious issue, and there are a lot of serious issues, and a lot of them do need to be addressed. And ay, 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 ay. So that's why Merlin's in rage mode right now. In addition to being in rage mode, in approximately 3 or 4 days, Sizor is going to be released in Pokemon Unite. The first week, again, it is going to be behind a paywall of gems. And then after that, I believe it's going to be 16,000 EOS coins. Dodrio recently became available for EOS coins, and it is 14,000 EOS coins. Now, the reason why I'm still upset about this kind of stuff is because they have not adjusted the daily cap for EOS coins in Pokemon Unite. You can still only get 2,000 a day, if I remember correctly. Or is it 2,000 a week?
I don't know. I stopped playing.
Yeah, I know.
Have
Sorry.
never played. Don't know. I will just sit here and nod so that our
Oh,
podcast listeners cannot see me.
2,100 EOS coins per week.
Ugh.
So that means it is going to take you 2 months. If you just bought a Pokemon and you spent all your EOS coins, it is going to take you 2 months to go ahead and save up enough for another Pokemon. And that's
Yeah.
without any special events going on.
I'll play if you ping me, Ben. Just do that.
I will have to remember that, because Mo Guns and I are starting to lose our minds. Because we're good players and we kick ass when we're hitting top lane together, but everybody else is just dumb.
Just after work hours, be like, "Hey, you free?" Probably, yeah.
Now, see, if we recorded it and I had the ability to play, I might, because oh my god, you would rage so hard at how terrible I would be.
You got a cell phone?
Impossible. Oh, I forgot you could play on cell phone. Oh, yeah, you could always get blue stacks.
Well, I have
Yeah.
that.
You do that. Try it on that.
Sure.
Hmm.
We'll worry about that later. Anyway, as long as we're on the subject of video games, Switch, what do you got for us this week?
Well, there is a small plethora of games coming out, but one that I'm most worried about, and I've mentioned before, is Moonbreakers is coming out on the 29th. It's going to be a turn-based strategy game where you have basically figurines, and or minis, and you actually get to paint them however you wish. Um, so your team can be all set up in your flag colors, and the other person that has the same piece can be totally, they could have paint
Okay.
non-painted or painted units. I'm just worried about the gameplay. It looks very simple, and
Mm.
I hoping I'm gonna watch a couple streams before I do it. I love painting some minis. That
I
that
have
is.
IRL minis I still need to paint, a lot of them.
I just started since somebody never came and got them, and it's been 4 years. I just started pulling out all these Eldar for 40,000 or Warhammer 40K. He left like 5 unopened boxes. I'm gonna
That's
start painting them.
money.
Start painting them because they're starting a Warhammer League up in my area now. So I'm like,
Hey, all
yes.
right. There you go.
Yep. That's the only one I really
Anything
wanted
else?
to highlight.
That's the only one. I'll
Yep.
I'll go ahead and step in really quick then.
Sure.
September 28th is going to be the start of the new season for the Cycle Frontier. For any of you that may remember how we mentioned it about what, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, something like that.
Mhm.
Um, it is a looter shooter extreme risk reward kind of game where you go down onto an alien planet, you can bring guns, grenades, health packs and all that stuff, and then you gather resources and take them back up to the mothership basically to go ahead and complete different quests and missions. But if you die on the planet, you lose everything you brought with you. So season 2 has addressed a couple of major issues. They are introducing a third map, and this map is locked behind gameplay mission progression. So that way, this map should be free of cheaters. Because cheaters usually just hop in, using their hacks and stuff like that and seeing through walls and all that bullshit and then just killing and getting out. So hopefully Theros Island will be a cheat-free zone, and it's gonna, of course, there's gonna be a lot of other cool stuff, like hopefully some new cosmetics, some new weapons, some new monsters. Oh, hopefully it's gonna be a fun time.
I look
12.
forward to the new Witcher, Witcher 4. Whenever we don't have a release date yet, but the CG Projekt Red partnered with Unreal Engine. They didn't just switch to; they've partnered with, and they're using Unreal
Interesting.
Engine 5, which, if you've seen the demo, looks spectacular.
I liked the
Um,
Matrix demo of Unreal Engine 5. That looked
the
like
the Matrix
mind-blowing.
Online, yeah.
I have something a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It actually comes from one of my coworkers, and he actually does podcasts as well.
Hey, all right.
Yeah, he does. He does. And wanted
Pimp
to
that podcast.
I want to pimp him out
Cool.
because he does. It's called AS Murder. It is a ASMR crime uh, uh, podcast.
Interesting.
He has like I've listened to his voice. He's one of our supervisors, and it is spot on for ASMR. I'm just like, oh man, your voice
That
so
sounds pretty
good.
cool. So does
Yeah.
does he read like a detective novel or something, or
Each
does he
week.
make one up, or does he just talk about in the city?
No, he talks about different real like true crimes, and puts it on that a good heavy bass, good that voice that will get the ladies' panties wet, and
Hell yeah.
I believe it. Um,
Got that Barry White bass.
hmm yeah, I definitely recommend it for everybody. Just search up AS Murder and you will find him.
S Murder. I like the sound of that.
Mm-hmm. Me
Very
too.
interesting. I might have to give it a listen myself.
Yep.
12, you had some good news in the world for us, didn't you?
Oh yes, the John Cena thing, holding the world record for most Make a Wish Foundation visits. Which with everything that's going on in the world, personally, I needed that little tidbit of sunshine. I was like, you know what, that's
Oh,
just cool.
absolutely. Everybody made fun of John Cena because of, his persona in the WWE. And if anyone's seen the movie The Marine, like, that's just silly. Me and Mo Guns sometimes play the Marine drinking game where it's like every time there's an explosion, you take a shot and you get pretty well plastered by the end. But he seems like a genuinely nice guy, and good for him, making these kids' wishes come true, you know.
Definitely.
So
I
that's.
loved him in Peacemaker, honestly.
I heard he was fantastic in Peacemaker. I did really like him in the Suicide Squad when he and Deadshot or whatever were like just trying to outgun each other. It's like, pew! Oh really? Pew, pew. It's just a
Haven't actually
great
seen that
scene.
yet.
Oh, go watch it. It's fantastic. It's much better than Suicide Squad. You want the Suicide Squad.
So is that a redo or is it a sequel?
It is technically a redo, I think.
Okay.
Um which is kind of interesting because it's still Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn,
Hmm.
who I
Well, and
think was
Amanda
in both
Waller
movies.
and
Like there's
everything.
You couldn't take her
So
away.
it's
She's a good Harley Quinn.
yeah.
yeah.
But I think it's a reimagining because Deathshot is different. At least I think it was Deathshot, who's the
Uh,
main character kind of in this one, and before it was Will Smith, and
I
I don't know.
actually have a copy of Suicide Squad. It's never been opened. I don't know about Birds of Prey
Best to
either.
keep it that way. All right. Anybody have anything else to share?
Nothing major, no.
Nothing. Okay. Um, let's go ahead and do the Geeky Week, and that might be where we wrap things up this week. Because unfortunately Moo is not with us, and again, I'm not getting any. 12's a himbo though, so I'm sure
yeah.
he's probably
Well, we just
hanging out
have
with
the
the
Equinox.
landlady.
Well, we just have the Equinox, but I'll save that
Ooh.
for.
Yep. Yeah, I'm all right. We're good over here.
Nice. Sunday, September 25th. Did I tell y'all that it was binge day? As in binge your favorite movie or TV show or anything like that? Just go straight through the series or at least a season. I'm pretty sure that was your sneaky peeky
Uh,
at this week's Geeky Wiki.
Lord of the Rings
It is
extended edition incoming.
That's right. All three
Farscape.
movies, baby. It is also National Comic Book Day. Go ahead and as you're listening to this, it is National Comic Book Day. Look up your local friendly comic book store. They may have some free issues to go ahead and hand out to you. I may be getting National Comic Book Day and Free Comic Book Day mixed up. I want to say Free Comic Book Day is like first Saturday in May or something like that. But hey, you never know. Maybe they'll have, good deals on back issues or something like that because it's National Comic Book Day.
Hold up.
It's
I'm sorry. Are they not the same day?
No, they are not the same day.
You
You would think,
Americans.
right?
You Americans. We have to spread them out so we have more holidays.
I
That's
guess.
right. Well, there's Valentine's Day, and then there's Sweetest Day.
Then there's White Day.
Then there's White Day. Saturday is also National Cooking Day, National Daughters Day, National John Day, as in the name John, not the bathroom John. National Lobster Day, National One Hit Wonder Day, National Psychotherapy Day, National Quesadilla Day. Yes, I know I said it wrong. It was for the joke. Uh, National Wade Day, as in the name Wade.
Don't worry, there's no Muda
Uh,
here to correct you. It's fine.
I know, right? World Day of the Deaf, World Dream Day, World Rivers Day, and World's Largest Pet Walk, which means a lot of people get together and walk their pets. I know, so simple. Monday, September 26th, Alpaca Day, as in the cousins to the llama. It is also Family and Community Day, Johnny Appleseed Day, Love Note Day, Lumberjack Day. So go ahead and leave a love note to your favorite lumberjack. 12.
Yeah, pretty close.
Listen, there's a Mountie nickname that has been given to me recently that I'm like, why is that
It's also National Amanda Day. So anybody out there that has the name Amanda, happy you day. National Chimichanga Day. National Dumpling Day. And of course, we're talking about those delicious um, like pork dumplings or apple dumplings or shumai or whatever you want to call them. You know what I mean? Heck, go out and have yourself some paprikash. That has like little noodle dumplings in there and stuff like that. National Family Day, National Pancake Day. Have we discussed this before? Like, where does everybody sit when it comes to breakfast pastry type items? Like, are you pancakes or are you waffles or are you a sophisticate and choose French toast?
Oh,
Ooh,
I
yeah,
like my
French toast
waffles,
is an
but
option.
yeah, French toast.
I'm all about French toast. I especially like French toast sticks. I don't know what it is, but it's just so good.
There's this
Oh,
recipe that I've seen that I love. It's basically they make French toast, right? But it's also like a cinnamon roll at the same time in a bread. It's amazing.
oh, okay. Cool. I feel like I might have seen that too. Um, it's also Shamu the Whale Day and Family Week begins. Tuesday, September 27th, Ancestor Appreciation Day, National Chocolate Milk Day. Listen to me now. The best chocolate milk you will ever have. Hashtag not sponsored. 1% Kroger brand chocolate milk.
Okay.
It's delicious. National Corned Beef Hash Day. Go ahead and have chocolate milk with your corned beef hash. That sounds like a decent breakfast. Some
Okay.
people may think I'm crazy, but. National Crush a Can Day, as in, like, recycling. National Scarf Day, as in, it's starting to get cold, wear a scarf, not eat scarf. And World Tourism Day. Wednesday, September 28th. International Day for Universal Access to Information. I think that basically breaks down to if you need to go to a library to research something, or if you need to go online to research something, you should have access to it because that's important for learning. It's also International Poke Day. I'm not talking about Mon. I'm talking about bowls, aka poke bowls, aka basically sushi in bowl form, and I'm cool with that. International Right to Know Day. You see, just like I said, universal access to information. National Chris Day. So happy day to you, all you Chris's out there. National Drink Beer Day, but do so responsibly. National Good Neighbor Day. National Strawberry Cream Pie Day. I'll have to see if I can get a hold of Moo. And World Rabies Day. Thursday, September 29th, Confucius Day. Confucius say, he who sit on tall toilet is high on pot. Uh, International Day of Awareness of Food Loss and Waste. That is important. I know that in America, especially, we tend to be very wasteful with certain food items and stuff like that. Hell, sometimes we cut off the crust of our sandwiches, and what do we do with it? We throw it out. Don't do that. Eat the crust. It's good for you. National Biscotti Day, National Carson Day, as in the name Carson, National Coffee Day, National Silent Movie Day, National Starbucks Day. There you go, 12. National Coffee Day and National Starbucks Day is on the same day. Are you happy? And it's also World Heart Day.
But
Fridays,
sorry to
yes.
interject. The Starbucks siren on their logo actually used to be naked. I do have actually some important news at the end of this that we should all know about. So continue on.
Okay. Friday, September 30th is Extra Virgin Olive Oil Day. International Blasphemy Rights Day. International Podcast Day. International Translation Day. National Chewing Gum Day. Not bubble gum. Bubble gum and chewing gum, two different things, believe it or not. National Hot Mulled Cider Day. That actually sounds pretty delicious. I
Yeah.
love the weather right now. Oh my god. Switch, I got to remember to tell you when I do another bonfire.
Yes.
National Love People Day. National Puppy Mill Survivor Day. Very important. Puppy mills are no bueno. Pet Tricks Day, Save the Koala Day, Thunderbirds Day. We're not talking about the car, we're talking about International Rescue. The Marionettes, Thunderbirds are go. If you tune into a certain channel on twitch.tv, I believe it's twitch.tv/Shout Factory, they should, I believe, have an all-day marathon of old Thunderbirds episodes. Believe it or not, they're pretty okay.
Oh, I love
And
that
it's
show
also
growing up.
and it's also world's biggest coffee morning. Now, whether that means everybody gets together and drinks coffee, or you just drink a really effing huge mug of coffee, well, that's up to you. Saturday, October 1st. October. Oh my god.
Spooky season
It's
is in.
Yes. CD player day. Frugal fun day. So go have fun, but do it on a budget if you can. International Music Day. International Raccoon Appreciation Day. Hey, I appreciate you, Snuffy.
2.5
Some
of
of you
them.
will get that reference. Model T Day, as in the first car developed, which was Model T, not Model A, believe it or not. It's strange, isn't it? National Black Dog Day, National Bookshop Day, National Fire Pup Day, National Hair Day, National Lace Day, National Homemade Cookies Day, World Sake Day. I'm in. Blindness Awareness month begins. Bad Appreciation Month begins. Dyslexia Awareness Month. Halloween Safety Month. International School Libraries Month, LGBTQ plus History Month, National Book Month, National Caramel Month, or caramel. I like to say caramel. It just sounds better
Caramel's
to
more
me.
sophisticated.
Yeah. National Chili Month, as in the food. I love me a good bowl of chili. National Cookie Month. National Dessert Month. I'm loving everything I'm seeing here. National Pickled Peppers Month. Let me get a hold of Peter Piper real quick so I can get a peck of them. National Pizza Month. National Pit Bull Awareness Month. National Pretzel Month. Vegetarian Month. World Autism Month. And World Menopause Month. Your sneaky peeky at next week's Geeky Weeky that starts with Sunday, October 2nd. Again, oh my god, it's October. National Fried Scallops Day. I like scallops.
Scallops are good. So
I
I
get
no,
go
go
ahead.
ahead. Go.
Well, I was going to say there's a Thai food restaurant around me that has a dish called pad thai, which is basically like a seafood curry that comes with mussels, scallops, shrimp, and a little bit of calamari. It's quite delicious.
Well, I am sorry to leave this podcast on a sad note, but this is actually something
No.
extremely important. Um, so I don't know if anyone's paying attention to the news. Iran, it's horrible. Or what's going on in Iran right now. Has anyone heard anything?
I've heard that Russia is mobilizing their army and is basically drafting civilians for the most part into the Ukraine war. I don't believe I've seen what's happening in Iran. I know a lot of the surrounding areas of Russia and Ukraine are getting dragged into the war or are choosing to.
Yeah, it's not the war, actually. And that's so stupid that's still going on. I really wish we could do something about it. But um, in Iran, a lady, and I'm gonna brutally mess up the headdress that they wear. Hijab or hijab? I
Oh
can't.
yeah, the hijab. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
Hijab.
Hijab.
Yeah.
Apologize if we're saying it wrong, but somebody was wearing it incorrectly, and she was murdered for it recently. Um, this has sparked tons of people across their country to start protesting. I feel rightfully so. She was wearing her headdress incorrectly, and she was murdered for it. Please, that's no wrong.
I
Big
agree
humongous wrong.
that it is wrong. It does seem like a very extreme enforcement of the law, but I believe that this is also the area where you steal something, we cut off your hand. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
So
So,
so people are starting to protest and burn their headdresses and everything else, and it's getting so bad that Iran has shut off internet access to the world.
oh goodness,
Yeah.
they
Currently,
they kind of pulled a North Korea, huh?
yeah, they've shut off the internet to outside and inside sources to go anywhere because it's so bad right now.
Goodness.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, that's an extreme. Even for the Iran country, I feel that's even a bigger extreme than most.
I mean, if I'm not completely mistaken, I believe is Iran a dictatorship?
I don't want to say yes or no because I don't know off the top of my head.
Well, the Iran government that made this choice, obviously they've done it in an attempt to quell the people, so that way, you're right. A, they can't get any information in from anybody that would support the cause, but also no information can get out. It is an effective media blackout, so that what we have is the information, as basic as it is this happened, and then we know nothing beyond that now.
At the scare moments, media blackout. Get the word around if you haven't heard about it, so we know what's going on, or maybe
Yeah,
we can get some more information.
yeah, hopefully the situation does not escalate further,
Yeah,
um and hopefully things will turn out positively. That's the only
hopefully.
thing we can hope for right now.
I know a couple Muslim friends, and they wear their headdress proudly. Some of them really like to wear it, some don't. Oh, that's here nor there if you want to do it or not. But the
Right,
level of what someone did because someone was wearing it improperly. No.
right,
And you the freedom of information that you brought up that made me remember.
right,
So, but yeah,
right. But I mean, on one hand, yes, like you said earlier, when it came to the war in Ukraine and Russia, like it would be nice if we could do something about that. It would be nice if we could step in and do something about the issue in Iran. But at the same time, you know, eh, in a matter of speaking, what right do we have to do that? I mean, what if people don't want that? I mean, like there was the whole thing about Operation Desert Storm and everything like that. And we were like, we're here to liberate, we're America, democracy, and like a lot of people were like, nah, we're good.
But still,
So,
just a a little tidbit of something's going on in our world that at least needs some eyes on it.
right. I would definitely agree with that. But that, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, is how we're going to wrap things up here for the Nerdgasm podcast, the podcast where we talk about things that are nerdy and things that are naughty. You can go ahead and check us out online. Best place to go ahead and find all of our links is on our link tree at linktr.ee/nerdgasm N3RDGA5M. So, as always, friends, listeners, viewers, etc., 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 I want to thank you all for joining us here. Please remember to be excellent to each other, to love yourself, forgive yourself, give yourself grace. If you have a partner, go ahead and spend a little bit of time with them, cuddle with them, maybe have a little frisky playtime. If you don't have a partner, go ahead and give yourself some frisky playtime, You deserve it.
Stretch and work out your knees and your ankles and your hip flexors. You will appreciate the work you put in later.
Bit of advice: Scizor is not the best bedtime friend. Take that as you will. Stay naughty, everybody.
All right, everyone. Bye for now.
See ya.
Bye, friends.